time for a JDS TV news brief.
Hello everybody, guess what? The book fair is almost here. The dates for the book fair is from December 12th to December 17th.
Howdy y'all, I'm Yuval, and the price ranges for the books are gonna match all budgets. The person to go to for more information is Miss Greenspan.
There are a variety of books, from pre-K to 8th grade books, picture books, pre-chapter books, and chapter books with no pictures.
Don't forget to bring some money. The Scholastic Book Fair will be lasting from December 12th through December 17th. Bye!
Next, we have an interview by Maya Sunshine with the new JDS school police officer.
Hello, I'm Maya Sunshine for JDS TV, and I'm here with Robert Lembach II to find out a little more about our new school police officer. Hi, Mr. Lembach.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today. First of all, welcome to the JDS.
Thank you very much.
How did you get to be a security guard?
I was asked by a friend of mine who I teach with. He said that they have a grant for this school, that they needed a police officer. A school police officer needed to be a retired police officer and knew I had some background in it and asked if I'd be interested.
Okay, thank you. What did you do before you became a security guard?
Okay, before I became a school police officer, I worked in the Allentown Police Department for 26 years. I worked in vice and narcotics. I worked patrol. I was a field training officer, and then I got transferred to the Allentown Police Academy, and I left there as a sergeant as an assistant director training. And then after I retired from the Allentown, I went up to Lehigh Career Technical Institute and taught criminal justice for 10 years.
Why are you our new school police officer?
Like I said, my friend asked me if I'd be interested in coming here to work, to get the program set up, and I agreed.
Okay. Do you know how long you will be here?
As long as they need somebody here, and as long as they want me here.
Okay. What are your main duties?
My main duties are just basically to make sure everything runs smoothly and to make sure everybody's safe in here.
Okay. Tell us about a typical day.
Okay, a typical day would be me coming and starting early in the morning. I'm out front until all the students are inside the school. Once they're inside the school, I'll come in, I'll make a perimeter check, then I'll come in, walk through the school, make sure everything's okay with the school, and periodically go through the school. But most of the time, I'm going to be positioned right up here at the front door. My job is to observe the people coming in, make sure that there's no problems. That way I also get a chance to see everybody coming in and leaving. And then at the end of school, I go out until everybody leaves.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lembach. That was very informative. I'm Maya Sunshine with JDS TV.
Our final segment is a JCAT feature with JDS TV reporter Alitza Hockhauser.
Hello, I am Alitza Hockhauser for JDS TV. Today's feature includes a dive into the program JDS middle schoolers are partaking in, JCAT. In order to learn about it, we decided to cut to the Source with JCAT instructor and JDS librarian, Miss Greenspan. First, Miss Greenspan, what does JCAT stand for?
JCAT stands for Jewish Court of All Time.
Wow. Can you tell us what JCAT is?
Sure. JCAT stands for Jewish Court of All Time. It's actually a program in Jewish history. It stands really for, well, it's a virtual simulated program, like simulated play online. And really, it's a fictional court case based on current events.
That's really cool. What is this year's case?
This year's case is really exciting. It involves the African refugee crisis with people from Africa fleeing to Israel.
Wow. What different roles do students play on JCAT?
Well, it really varies, which is exciting because we have characters that vary anywhere from Walt Disney and Judy Blume to Alfred Dreyfus. I'm talking about people in our school, but even outside of our school, Albert Einstein, here in our school again, Leonard Nimoy. I could really go on. We have so many students.
That's cool. Can you give examples of characters students receive?
Oh, here, the roles that we have here? Sure. We have Joseph Lieberman, Walt Disney I mentioned, Tiffany Schlein, Faye Schulman, wow, I could just keep going. Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
We have a lot. We have so many characters because we have 6th through 8th grades.
Wow. What is the significance in playing a character?
The whole idea behind playing a character is it's really tough actually because we really want students to get into the mind of the character and to try to go in the filter, like to have that filter of becoming the character and really span all time. So in other words, we really can get an idea of what it's like to feel like in our own minds and try to think like how does it feel to, like what are you thinking about a current event or what it might be like. But what would it feel like to live in a different time and try to apply that filter? Like what would it feel like to grow up as Albert Einstein with the current events that he went through and then try to be a judge, you know, and try to apply those filters and think like what would he think like if he were growing up now or going through these current events? What might he think like if he went through these economic conditions and socioeconomic conditions? Would he think the same? So it's really exciting because students really have to think about those things and they think critically, and that's really tough. So it's really exciting for them and definitely exciting for me to be able to watch that process.
That's really interesting. What life lessons do you think that the students can take away from JCAT?
Definitely, they've really become global citizens, which is, a huge goal anyway. We want that as teachers, and we want that as citizens to begin with. But just to think globally and to be able to see it, but they're being able to practice it. So it's one thing to be able to read a news article, it's another thing to really be able to go through the process and to be able to think things and to think analytically. But to, just to be able to have these conversations with each other and not just be told, but to be able to interact with each other. And not just here in school, but they're going through this nationally, so they're actually talking with other people and other characters. And it is anonymous, so they really don't know. Maybe they know in here who each other are, like what different roles they have, but they'll never know who other people are in other schools, like who they're playing. So there's really a lot of freedom there to be able to be themselves and to jump kind of out of their skin that way.
That sounds really great. Thank you so much for being with us today, Ms. Greenspan.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you, Yuval, for being here today. First, who is your character on JCAT?
My character on JCAT is Omri Caspi.
That's cool. Who is Omri Caspi?
Omri Caspi is the first Israeli NBA basketball player.
Wow. Can you give us an example of a question usually asked on JCAT?
One question that could be asked on JCAT is, what is the most important event that happened to you in your life?
And which event would that be for your character?
The second I stepped on the court for the first time.
That's cool. What do you think about the court case?
I think that the refugees should stay in Israel and deal with wherever they can just stay.
Okay. What does your character think about the court case?
My character thinks that they should not stay in Israel because Israel is way too crowded anyway. They barely have any supplies to keep for everybody in Israel. So,
Yuval, thank you so much for your insights on JCAT. Now to another JDS student, Maya Sunshine. Maya, who is your character on JCAT?
I'm Sylvia Sidney.
Who is Sylvia Sidney?
Sylvia Sidney is a 1930s film actress.
That's really cool. What do you think about JCAT?
I think that JCAT is very educational, but could be kind of not fun for some kids if they don't like role play or judiciary stuff.
Interesting. Why do you feel that way?
Because I know a couple kids that say they don't like JCAT. I am not one of those kids, but I know how they feel.
Okay. What changes do you think should be made to JCAT?
I don't think there are any changes that need to be made to JCAT. They could add some stuff to make it more fun, but that's pretty much it.
Interesting. Do you feel that you take any knowledge or life lessons away from JCAT?
I take the knowledge of what's going on in the cases that we're doing, but
Thank you so much, Maya, for your time. Also, thank you to Yuval Shimoni and Ms. Greenspan for their insights on JCAT. I'm Elitza Hockhauser for JDS TV.
This has been a production of JDS TV.